Welcome back. In our top business story, Emirates Airline is looking to order a vast number of new aircraft to its fleet, according to reports, that will include around 30 A380s and additional Boeing 777s at the Dubai Air Show in November. Experts say that the airline has 199 aircraft currently on order to be delivered up until 2019. According to a local paper, analysts say that the additional Boeing 777 orders will be a result of the delay of the Airbus A350. The company currently has 100 777s in its fleet. The airline stated in July that it plans to spend around $4 billion per year over the next 3 to 4 years. Dubai Ports operator DP World is set to invest $1 billion into London Gateway project, the UK's first deepwater port. The UK port is to open in Q4 of 2013 and the investment will be done over 3 years. It is on course to have an initial capacity of 1.6 million 20-foot units and will create up to 1,000 jobs that include 700 construction positions and 300 port jobs. Within the port, a harbour terminal and an on-site distribution centre will also be included. UAE business activity picked up in September, up from a 15-month low according to a Purchasing Managers survey. The HSBC UAE Purchasing Managers Index measures manufacturing and services performance, also known as PMI, rose to 52.11 points in September, up from 50.95 in August. In terms of new orders, the report showed the PMI index rose to a 3-month high of 56.95 points, up from 53.54 in August, showing increased demand and competitive pricing. With that, let's now take a look at the UAE and regional stock markets. In a clear attempt to calm down markets, Eurogroup head Jean-Claude Juncker told a midnight news conference on Monday there was no chance of a Greek default or an exit of Greece from the 17-member Euro bloc. Greece's admission on Sunday that it will miss its deficit target this year, despite ever deeper cost-cutting measures, provoked a sharp sell-off in stock markets and has raised new doubts over the second €109 billion bailout. Juncker said after a meeting with Eurogroup finance ministers, they had agreed that Greece could wait until mid-November until it receives the next instalment from its existing emergency aid program, piling more pressure on Athens to tackle its debt problems. Juncker said a Eurogroup meeting that had been scheduled for October 13th has been cancelled as the troika of inspectors will have completed its report on Greece's compliance with the conditions attached to the bailout package.
What is essential is that Greece will have to meet or exceed its target in 2012 as regards its fiscal deficit, and at the same time it has to improve its track record concerning 2011. And Greece is now doing both, and I would say that the Greek measures are clearly going to the right direction, and they go a very long way to meet the conditions. But having said this, we will have to do our job properly, and we will review this during the review mission and then conclude in the compliance report, which will be presented in the second half of October.
Well, to talk to us more about what could be the way forward, we earlier spoke to Tim Fox, Head of Research and Chief Economist at Emirates NBD.
Well, I think a default in Greece is looking increasingly inevitable. It's really a matter of when and how it occurs rather than if it occurs. And really it's a question of whether it will be a disorderly default or a more orderly restructuring of Greece's debts. As you said, the Troika, the ECB, the EU and IMF have delayed the next decision on the next payment to Greece to the middle of October. I think if I had to guess, I suspect they will get the money eventually, if only to give the international community time to prepare for an organised and full restructuring of Greece's debts. I think in order to avoid financial contagion into other economies around in the Eurozone. It will take a big financial backstop to support the countries of Southern Europe, Spain, Portugal, Italy, in order to prevent that contagion from spreading. In order to also to prevent a bigger crisis from emerging, it will take really firm decisions, strong leadership, as well as that financial support. And if you have to guess as to whether all of those conditions will be met, I suspect you would have to doubt it, given the track record of experience that we've seen to date.
Switzerland has topped the list of tax havens in the world. A report released by the Tax Justice Network shows that Switzerland is the world leader in financial secrecy, followed by the Cayman Islands, Luxembourg, Hong Kong and the US. The company placed the US in the top spot in its last report back in 2009, but due to a change in methodology with less emphasis on the size of a country's economy, Switzerland took centre stage this year. Before we go, here's a quick overview of the oil, precious metals and currency markets, and after that we have the day's sports news for you, so stay with us.